They start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'ma beat his.
Can't do shit. Wait,
for
I don't
real.
give a
I better be quiet.
I don't give a y'all was quiet. Y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there.
Like twisted up. I don't give a about none of that.
Do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna him up.
You know, that Tank is over. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do.
Von Davis has fired back at his trainer, Calvin Ford, after they argued during the highly controversial Lamont Roach fight on March 1, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Boxing. Fans witnessed one of the most debated decisions in recent memory. Davis, defending his WBA lightweight title, faced Lamont Roach in a highly anticipated match that ended in a majority draw. The controversy centered around a key moment in the 9th round when Davis unexpectedly took a knee after a jab from Roach barely touched his face. Under boxing rules, taking a knee for any reason should trigger a count and could be ruled a knockdown. However, referee Steve Willis stopped the count and allowed the fight to continue, leaving many people questioning the fairness of the scorecards and the final result. Davis later said he took a knee because grease from his freshly styled hair got into his eyes. His explanation, however, was met with loud boos from the crowd and heavy criticism from boxing experts. This moment not only changed the direction of the fight, but also led to more drama behind the scenes. After the controversial ending, leaked audio captured a heated argument between Davis and his trainer, Calvin Ford, during the chaos in the ring and the post-fight media storm. Davis was heard angrily telling Ford, "I don't need you," a powerful statement that showed a...
That looked like a submission, you hear me? Let me get
Check this out.
You guys calm down, listen to me. Okay, hey, come on now.
Tank don't Coach Cal. When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like, out of here. Whoop, excuse me. Out of here.
Possible break in the long-standing bond between the fighter and his corner. Reported argument. The tension was clear. Sources say the confrontation happened as emotions were running high after the disputed decision. While people have debated the exact words, it's obvious that Davis's outburst was more than just a quick reaction. It was a strong statement of independence and frustration. The audio shows that Davis, known for his explosive fighting style, is just as fiery when it comes to trust and team issues. This incident has sparked new discussions among boxing fans.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about, Tank don't with Coach Calvin. Look, check this.
You guys calm down, listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost.
About whether Davis's confident, sometimes bold attitude might be hiding deeper problems within his camp. For years, Calvin Ford has been a key part of Davis's journey, often compared to other famous trainer-fighter partnerships. Ford's guidance was closely linked to Davis's early success, and his presence was a steady support for the fighter. However, leading up to the Roach fight, there was a big change. Ford was noticeably missing from Davis's immediate corner during parts of the match, with Barry Hunter and other team members stepping in instead. Ford later spoke about the situation in a post-fight interview, saying his absence was a strategic move, not a sign of a permanent split. He explained that stepping back gave him a chance to see things from a different perspective, a way for both him and Davis to regroup. "We ain't change up anything," Ford said, stressing that the training structure and bond between them were still strong. Still, the leaked argument has made people wonder if this temporary change might point to deeper long-term issues between Davis and his trusted mentor. Many analysts see the heated exchange as a sign of the extreme pressure that comes with elite boxing. Davis's sharp, "I don't need you" comment could be seen as a call for...
Now it seems like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank go over here, he go to this and watch this shit that he do. He gonna lift his jacket up and like, our conversation is a secret. I don't want him to hear it. Type shit. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't each other? Like, what? And he brush him off again. Like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
Full independence, a statement that he wants to control his own path without traditional roles. On the other hand, it might hint at deeper tensions that, if not dealt with, could hurt the strong connection that once helped drive Davis to greatness. Fallout from the fight and the argument has left fans and experts wondering what's next for Gervon Davis. With the controversial majority draw still under review by the boxing community and possible regulatory investigations ahead, the tension between Davis and his trainer Calvin Ford could complicate Davis's future preparations. If the WBA orders a rematch with Lamont Roach, Davis may need to fix these internal problems before stepping back into the ring. A rocky relationship with his trainer could hurt his strategy, conditioning, and overall performance, a serious risk given the high stakes of title defenses and future fights against top opponents. This situation also adds to boxing's ongoing Wild West reputation, where split-second decisions, technical mistakes, and backstage drama often mix into chaos. As fans debate Davis's actions inside and outside the ring, many are asking whether one controversial moment and a burst of defiance could be a major turning point in his career. For Davis, who had an untarnished record until now, this is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it shows his fighting spirit and desire for independence. On the other, it reveals weaknesses that future opponents might exploit. The boxing world will be watching closely to see if this internal trouble is just a small bump in the road or a warning sign of bigger problems for one of the sport's brightest stars. Davis is clearly facing a rough patch after his clash with Lamont Roach Jr., which shook up his world. Roach Jr. entered the ring as a huge underdog, and most expected Davis to beat him easily, like a sprinter outrunning a tortoise. But in a shocking twist, Roach Jr., the WBA super featherweight champion, proved just as skilled, powerful, and tough as Davis. Instead of an easy win, the fight ended in a majority draw. However, the biggest controversy wasn't just about Davis losing his perfect record. It was the strange moment in the 9th round when Davis suddenly dropped to one knee.
Good combination, Mike. Oh, good left from Tank. Right hand from Monty. Oh, Tank took a knee. He got knocked down. That's a knockdown. Tank is trying to bail himself out. That's a knockdown. That's a knockdown! How are you going to do that and run and get a towel? Who gave Davis that right? This is a highway robbery, dog. Good combination, Lamont. Oh, shit. They swinging on each other. Good body shot, Lamont. Lamont is rocking with it. This is Tarver Roy 1. What's going to happen is they're going to give the fight to Tank, and then the second fight, Lamont going to say any excuses tonight, Tank. And then he will not Tank out. I've seen it. Lamont won, bro. He won 7-5 with a knockdown. This guy did the unthinkable, and I hope they don't rob him. Scorecards. They said majority draw. They cheated Roach. Roach got robbed, and everybody knows it. Rematch right away. They robbed
and rushed to his corner to have his face wiped. Later, it was revealed that grease from his hair had dripped into his eyes, hurting his vision. But what truly angered fans was how referee Steve Willis handled it. He started a 10 count but didn't penalize Davis, leaving many questioning the fairness of the officiating. Eyes are now on the controversial call, and the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, has launched an investigation citing a technical issue that supposedly stopped them from reviewing it in real time. Lamont Roach Jr. has officially petitioned to have the fight result overturned in his favor. As the world waits for the commission's final decision, Devin Haney spoke with The Ring to share his views on the fight and the disputed no knockdown ruling. Given the rivalry between Davis and Haney, it's no surprise Haney was critical, but he made some strong points. "I thought it was a good fight overall," Haney said, adding, "I always knew Lamont wasn't coming to lay down." Haney, who has known Roach Jr. since their amateur days, admitted he was impressed by Roach's performance, saying, He fought a lot better than I thought he would. As for who won, Haney confidently stated, I thought Roach won. Regarding the no knockdown, Haney said, that was unheard of. That's the first time I've ever seen that with my own 2 eyes. Meanwhile, the echoes of the past grew louder, with Terence Crawford and other boxing figures comparing this controversy to earlier historic fights. The PBC Amazon Prime event at Barclays Center left fans feeling let down, with many digging into history for similar self-inflicted knockdown cases. The bout was significant. Davis experienced the first knockdown of his career, a rare event for a future boxing icon. Referees historically count a knockdown if any part of a fighter's body other than their feet touches the ground. The WBA initially defended referee Steve Willis, saying in a statement that his decision was not unreasonable because Davis wasn't hit by a punch before taking a knee, but the WBA later deleted that statement. Meanwhile, Roach Jr. stays hopeful that the result could be overturned, potentially shifting Davis's record from 30-0-1 to 31-0. Veteran trainer Andre Rozier also weighed in, saying, Tank wasn't focused for this one, not one bit, and advised Davis to stop worrying about the outside world and focus on boxing. Even though Davis technically kept his undefeated record, many believe the knee incident stained his reputation. Former champion George Kambosos Jr. also joined the debate, tweeting, ouch, there goes the perfect record. That was a knockdown. Kambosos criticized Davis for calling him out in the past, saying, time to look at yourself, wanky-tanky. Great work, Roach. Kambosos said he doubted the commission would overturn the result, suggesting there's too much power behind. The scenes. As debates continue, Shakur Stevenson's trainer, Coach Rell, recalled a past comment from Tevin Farmer, who once said Davis doesn't like getting hit and struggles when pressured. Rell suggested Roach Jr. may have exposed that vulnerability. Whether Lamont Roach Jr. derailed Davis's game plan or not, both fighters now seem eager for a rematch. However, the WBA's shifting stance on referee Steve Willis's call, initially defending it then deleting their statement, has only deepened the controversy. With everything still up in the air, fans must wait to see if the commission's final decision will make history not inside the ring, but in the boardroom. Tank Davis's hairstylist has fired back, firmly defending her work and calling his excuse baseless and unfair to her. As criticism of Davis continues, boxing trainer Kevin Cunningham stepped in to defend him, especially against those questioning Davis's punching power. People are sitting on platforms questioning whether Gervonta Davis's power is real. Cunningham wrote on X, formerly Twitter. The last time I checked, a 93% knockout ratio is real power, he added. Davis does have one of the highest knockout rates in boxing at 93%, but he also throws fewer punches per round compared to most fighters. Against weaker opponents, that hasn't been an issue, but against someone as technically skilled as Roach, raw power wasn't enough. When a fan pointed this out, Cunningham responded by saying, we all know that a fighter needs more than just power to beat talented opponents. Meanwhile, Roach's legal team is pushing hard for justice. Lamont Roach Jr. has officially petitioned the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to overturn the majority draw and recognize him as the rightful winner. In a formal letter, Roach's attorney, Greg Smith, argued that Davis should have been disqualified or at least hit with a knockdown ruling during the controversial 9th round. Although Davis claimed he took a knee because of grease in his eyes, Roach's team argues that Davis effectively took himself out of the fight and unfairly received unauthorized help from his corner. The NYSAC has admitted that a technical glitch during the fight stopped them from reviewing the incident in real time, a mistake that might have confirmed a knockdown. Meanwhile, both fighters have expressed interest in a potential rematch, setting the stage for another dramatic showdown.
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis has built quite a reputation. Actually, several. The ring's top-ranked lightweight isn't just a fan favorite. He's a global sensation, widely admired for his incredible talent. Above all, he is known for one defining trait: devastating power. Davis has an uncanny ability to dismantle his opponents, and once again, he showcased it at Brooklyn's Barclays Center this past weekend. Many expected his raw power would decide the fight against Lamont Roach. However, despite absorbing a relentless barrage of lefts and rights, Roach refused to back down, pressing forward with unwavering determination. After standing toe-to-toe with Davis for the full 12 rounds, becoming only the third fighter to do so, Roach finds the chatter about Davis's power a bit exaggerated. While he acknowledges Davis can punch, Roach stopped short of calling it extraordinary. "He's got decent power for sure," Roach told reporters. Although Davis retained his title, his flawless record took a hit, and Roach isn't satisfied. With a split decision draw, he wants a rematch immediately. Still, Davis made it clear Roach will have to wait, as his focus shifts to other opponents for now. Roach remains confident they will cross paths again. Until then, he believes Davis will continue dominating other challengers, adding to his highlight reel knockouts. "I see why he knocks people out. I can see why," Roach said. However, things have taken a sharp downturn for Davis. Rumors of a looming lawsuit now...
Water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure. But hopefully we could get it before... Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not going to be next.
Well, what is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Now overshadow the clash with Roach Jr., already under scrutiny for his controversial 9th round moment. Davis failed to put away Roach, who not only lasted the distance, but arguably deserved the victory. Roach has formally appealed to the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to overturn the majority decision. The final ruling remains pending. Meanwhile, a tweet from reporter Alice Bash stirred more discussion, referencing past cases of fighters taking legal action over fight results. "I'm not personally a fan of fighters lawyering up," he tweeted. "It's a slippery slope. Take care of business in the ring." He added that many fighters had reasons to sue but chose not to. One notable case involved Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia after Garcia tested positive for a banned substance following their bout, resulting in Garcia's 1-year suspension, though Haney later offered to drop the case if Garcia agreed to a rematch. Reacting to Spash's post, Roach clarified that he isn't suing anyone. He's simply seeking to have his rightful knockdown recognized. "I did take care of business in the ring," Roach replied. "You about to make me get this bias. I ain't suing nobody. I'm getting a clear knockdown situated that they robbed me of." In a strange twist, even the hair product world has entered the drama. Following Davis's claim that hair grease dripped into his eyes mid-fight, Murray's Pomade, a leading brand celebrating its 100th year, offered a cheeky solution. A spokesperson told TMZ Sports, "He should have used our product. It's thick, waxy, and wouldn't drip under those conditions." Their offer not only poked fun at the controversy, but hinted that Davis could turn the situation into a potential endorsement opportunity, securing another income stream while awaiting the NYSAC's decision.